Hello. Thank you for joining me on this sleepy Monday. As Rose has managed to absolutely immediately tail end this stream by not only guessing or not only dropping something in the chat before the stream began, just to really rub in the dedication, also managed to predict exactly what the new animation is, which I think, to be fair, I think I talked about in the Discord, but I think there's a few that I was choosing between. But yeah, absolutely, Rose has smashed it out of the park in a couple of minutes. Insane. Hey, myself, or MC Bella. Right, let's put my little guy on the screen even. Let's see what happens. Let's see if I pick the right button. There we go. Yeah, so yeah, Rose is completely right. That's the one we're kicking off with. I started it a little bit today. And I've also messed a little bit with the sorry, I'm just going to turn this down a tiny bit. I've also messed a little bit with the audio to kind of get all of the important beats of it together, because a lot of it obviously is kind of across like a few different sections. But I think I've done it well. But without any kind of animation actually on it, it might not make sense. So I'm going to play it through and then talk about my kind of plan for the animation. So, here's what we have so far and what we're going to animate.
Well, I don't know. How do I even ask? What's a yes or no?
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
Is this looking?
Yes.
It is looking all right.
Oh no! Why am I going first? I don't know. Okay.
Do you need me to go first?
Would you describe her eyes as big?
Wow.
Nathan embarrasses himself for an hour. Big sort of half-lidded eyes. Big nose. It's big and it's not particularly pointy or round. Lips. Big smile.
Nathan, every question you're asking is it big? Is it not big?
Well, I don't know what else is there?
It's Jacob turn.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, he's ready.
Oh, I'm ready. Is the nose scale vaguely standard?
Yeah.
You're just trying so hard not to ask, is the nose big?
Well, I'm thinking
that's the same exact question as, is the nose big? Oh, Nathan's just asking if things are big.
Nathan's pissed.
No, I'm
is
trying
the
to...
nose scale standard?
Get
Me, an intellectual.
Get him. Get him.
Don't get my ass. I'm just trying to get the most obvious potential one out of the way first.
Uh-huh. Sure.
Is the nose straight?
Yes.
Is
Nathan.
I'm having a bad art day.
Nathan, you think you did wonderful.
Yeah, you did great. We guessed it. Is the nose...
Cool. Yeah. So that is what we're working with. For anyone that's kind of heard the episode recently, you might notice there's quite a lot of cuts kind of throughout it, a lot of skips that aren't normally there, and I'm a little bit worried that they, still work. I want to make sure that it still feels like fluid and natural. I don't want to take any of the magic away from, the original moment, but it seemed the kind of easiest way of getting all of it in, and still kind of making sense. The easiest way of kind of like condensing it down, I guess, because like if it was just the kind of bit afterwards where it's just Nathan losing his shit, then it's only like 40 seconds long. If it's kind of just both clips, then yeah. Sorry, right? But yeah, I've figured it out, I think. But yeah, I've got a couple of colours to name. Let me make sure I'm on something that's from the right palette. There we go. So I've already added blue from the last stream, because if we're ever doing like a community stream or any stream that doesn't have Toon Boom, I always like write down on a little post-it note. So very aptly we've got grey. It's blue. So any colour to ... Big. Lovely. And then one from Nonsense as well. Thank you very much, both. Nose big. Cracking. The only bit that like kind of I think as audio doesn't work without the animation, without kind of what I've got planned for it, is there a bit where it's just Nathan asking if things are big? Again, it was kind of important to have that like in there to kind of, I guess it just kind of, it's necessary for the joke. And the way that, Rare Person, thank you very much for subscribing. Hold on, let me remember which hotkey it is to do a little thank you. Oh, thank you very much, Rare. And no worries. So
I'm here to go first.
I think it's here.
Would you describe her eyes
big,
as big?
It's a little bit later than that.
This is himself for an hour. Big sort of half-lidded eyes. Big nose. It's big and it's not particularly pointy or round. Lips. Big smile.
And obviously, like kind of as it is that audio, it definitely doesn't sound like natural. It doesn't sound like it's Nathan just talking. It's very clearly like kind of cut up clips put together. And basically the plan is to do it as like a bit of a montage. See you next time, Ray. But yeah, the idea is it's going to be like a montage of him kind of painting at the easel, and every time he asks something, it'll cut again, and the painting will be more, developed or more sketched out or something, and then we'll have random stuff happening in the background to kind of, I guess, show that time's passing and it's not just like kind of glitching forward. I've got a decent idea. We'll get to it when we get to it, but this one is a little bit of a longer animation, so it's going to take a while before it's done, because I'm also starting a commission kind of in like a week. It's going to be an interesting one, but it'll be done and kind of up on Patreon and on schedule, and up on the YouTube channel on schedule as well. It is big, sick. I think it's like, 3,400 frames, so like, I'm trying to do maths for some reason. It's like 2.5 minutes, I think. Hey, he speaks. How you doing? Or speak, sorry.
What are shape?
Right, so what do I need to do? I need to give Karina like a clipboard, I think, or something to like kind of show that she's got like a celebrity that they're guessing. I've done a good amount of this kind of shot, but there's also a few bits that I need to kind of add on. So let me figure this out. I think I normally add these as like a separate layer, but I think it makes more sense to kind of do it within her arms, and then that way when she kind of juts up her shoulders and down, then it makes a bit more sense. I think a clipboard's probably the easiest way to do it. Oh, I just realised I didn't turn the music back on. yeah, let's see what I can do. And I'm going to need everyone's help in a bit as well, because I've come unstuck about how I'm actually going to name this one. Because there's like, I don't know if there's like a really obvious one that I'm missing, but there's like 2 or 3 like kind of good names that I can think of that all kind of make sense. And like something I've realised, I think it was the oh, no, some Milo. Good. I think they deserve all of the fans they get. There you go. Yeah, like I've got a few different good ideas for animation titles, but it was the Julia's Noise one that did like really well and didn't have like a kind of clever or funny title. It was literally just like the noise that Julia makes when she reads the New Yorker, and I realized at that point that I don't really need to like be clever or come up with like a snappy title. Sometimes it's basically just whatever title best describes the kind of, you know, the goof, the one that like makes people realize, you know, what the animation is going to be about. I mean, the Fool didn't need it one way or the other. If you put the word Fool in front of any Drawfee fan, they will immediately know which bit you're talking about, so that was fine. But yeah, I need to figure out something for this one as well. Because there's like, I don't know, there's not like one kind of, there's not one single kind of like soundbite for this one. So there's not like a very obvious kind of like sentence or like phrase that I can use for the animation title. But yeah, for everyone that does, this might be a daft one, but for everyone here that does watch Drawfee and does like kind of seek out Drawfee animations, I guess, what I want everyone to do, and we'll see, we'll see how many people are lurking, but what I want everyone to do is basically type into the chat, and don't send it, but type into the chat what you would search if you were looking for this animation. Hey, Olivia, that's sick. Congrats. Everyone say congrats to Anabia first, and then we'll do this experiment. But basically what I want everyone to do is type into like the chat, but not send, what you would search, kind of, if you were looking for like a clip of this moment. So like, for example, if you were searching for the latest animation, you probably just type in the full, obviously like with Drawfee, or like the full Drawfee or whatever. But basically I want everyone to search what they would search for if they were looking for this bit, and then I'll like count down from 10 and then we'll send it if that's alright. Does everyone fancy that? Is everyone up for that? If everyone could like say yes or no, so I know how many people are actually going to do this before I try and do like an experiment and then no one's like got a decent idea for it. Sick. Well, I will take one. Honestly, I'm fine with that. Cool. That's fine. Yeah, if you don't know the audio, then don't don't join in, I guess. But if you know this bit, and I'm trying not to like describe the bit, then type it in and then give the title in like, I don't know if I want to do like right, everyone start typing it now, and then when I stop rambling, I'll say now, and then everyone type it in. I don't want anyone to like influence each other, so I want them all to be at the same time. Hey Taja, I'm trying to do I'm making an awful job of trying to figure out what to name this animation, basically. Okay, right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What would you call this animation? Or what would you search for this animation? Cool. Cool. I mean, honestly, I will take those. that will do for me. Yeah, to be fair. Okay. Well, that's already kind of like cluing me in a bit, because what I had originally. Basically, I've named this project something in Toon Boom, something different to what I've named like the actual file or like the folder that I keep the file in. Tasha, that is a shockingly rare but good good thing. I think basically I was trying to choose, you can see at the top here that I kind of named this vaguely standard nose because that's what Nathan says, and I think obviously Nathan is the kind of bigger punchline in this one. But then I think the folder this is in is just called Is Nose Big? So I think putting in the word big is important, which I wasn't sure of, which is basically all I wanted to figure out. But cool, that's brilliant. Thank you, everyone. I'll figure out properly what to name it later, but I wanted everyone's input, and I wanted to try and do it in a neutral way that turned out to be a lot of faff, but that's fine. And yeah, for anyone that isn't in the Discord or hasn't been up to date on the Discord recently, our two mods are currently missing in action. Raph, I think, he's either studying or working hard or with his family. It was one of the two or one of the three. And I think Alien is currently on holiday. And I'm very glad that Alien is not trying to join in on the streams whilst they're on holiday with their family. So yeah, they will be back. But right now, I am just barebacking and trying to keep the stream on course and free of bots. So I've got the chat open, very close to where I'm working, so I can see stuff. No posting cringe. Come on. So yeah. Yeah, for anyone that wasn't here at the very start, I am animating the nose big bit from the expert mode celebrity sketch Drawfee episode, and it is very good. And I literally started it today, so there's not much to go on yet. But I'm currently drawing a clipboard for Karina to hold. And the clipboard's going to be like what she has the picture of in the animation, or not in the animation, in the actual episode. It's Zendaya, I think, the Nathan's drawing in this bit. But I don't know if I'll come up with something funnier, just like, for an animation goof. But for the time being, it's Zendaya. One thing I keep thinking about, and I realise I shouldn't have started this because I don't know what the actual name for it is. What was the film that came out only a couple of years ago, I think? Maybe it was just before COVID, and it's it was notorious for having a really awful huge eye protagonist. Is it I want to say Evita, but I also think that's the Argentinian musical. It's something like that though, and I'm tempted when he's asking are the eyes big to make that that's the one, Alita. I was close, to be fair. I wasn't far off, but I'm sure that's the one. Yeah. It's not cats this time. I've included cats in a Drawfee animation before, so that's fine. But yeah, I think that might be a good goof at some point. Yeah, not the Don't Cry For Me Argentina one. Okay, awesome. Something cool that's happening as well, that I should really wait till after the stream, but I am too excited to know about it. See, this is why I should wait till after the stream. I will talk about it properly later, but basically, you know how on Twitter, I don't know how many people follow Twitter closely, especially the Drawfee channel, but Drawfee went to a con, I think, lately. Or recently, and a lot of people have been posting pictures of their like doodles, because I think if you do like a meet and greet or you say hello to them, they like do a doodle for you on the spot, which is very cool. And I've been very jealous. Mocko, that's the one. I've been very jealous, and someone very, 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 very kindly, and like it's not confirmed, they might back out or something, but someone has very kindly on Patreon offered to send me one, which is very, very sweet. And I've offered to pay for the shipping, because I don't know if they knew that I was in the UK. But yeah, I obviously can't make it to America for fairly obvious reasons, but I think I might be getting one in the post, and they've just sent me a picture of it through Discord, which is very cool. So I'm going to talk to them after this. I don't think it's anyone here, but if they are here, thank you. But yeah, I just thought I would very quickly check the picture, because that's very sweet of them. And I said in the message, like, I would normally like do my absolute best to like very politely refuse and say like it's absolutely fine, because they said it was like as a thank you for the animations as well, which got me emotional. I was like, no, it's fine, but also I've been seeing all of them on Twitter and been really jealous. So I didn't say no, I just said thank you very much. But yeah, I will sort that out at some point and hopefully have one of my own at some point. Right, where's the animation? What am I doing?
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Is that on the wrong hand? Should really be on the left one. It is on the wrong hand. Okay, cool. We will move that over. That shouldn't be a tricky one. I say now. Look, if there's a deep bluing Drawfee collab, I am confident I do not have the I don't know what, the sneakiness to keep it secret. I'm sure I would be screaming it unless they told me not to. But no, I'm worried that then sounded like I was being coy. There's not one as far as I know. If there is, they haven't told me yet. But yeah, I'm already very, very, very thrilled with the amount of attention they've given a lot of my animations and such, and how much they've interacted with it on Twitter, and I'm very, very confident that it has helped get them kind of like public noticed as quickly as they have, which is very cool. Like literally the first animation I did of Drawfee, and they tweeted it out, and then I think they're the top comment on it. And still, like, Nathan very, very consistently will like any posts before I go live with an animation. So yeah, I don't need a collab. I will cry and die if I get one. But no, I'm already very, very thrilled.
What are shapes?
Or less. And then even more when someone from this stream pointed out that they mentioned me on one of their streams. They are very cool people. I know there's like a few new names since I first started this stream, and I can only imagine I told this story very, very early on. If you need the collab, you tell them. I'm not gonna tell you to spam them, but I'm not gonna not tell you to spam them. Yeah, I'm sure I told this like very early on, so sorry if anyone's been here from like right at the very start. But Nathan, in case anyone doesn't know, supports me on Patreon, which is very cool of him. And when he did it, I kind of didn't believe it, because about like a few weeks before that, I'd also got someone from like Lin-Manuel Miranda saying that he followed me, and I still don't believe that either, because like you can see their emails as well. And the Lin-Manuel Miranda was like johnrobinson@gmail.com, and I was like, fucking yeah, of course it is. And then something similar happened when Nathan Yaffe, I still don't know, that's bad, but anyway, Nathan started supporting me on Patreon, and like I wouldn't like kind of
What
tattle
are
or like have an issue with it, but I saw that someone was supporting him, but it was only like one person, and I thought like, if like Nathan Yaff's taken like support on Patreon, surely it would be more than just like one person. So I sent them a message because they started following me on Twitter, and I thought like, Kiz, you go for it. But I've got first dibs on Hamilton the animation, Haminimation. I can't remember what was in the story, but I basically, someone was paying or supporting this Nathan Yaff, and I was like, sick. Your fee. Is it your fee? Surely it's not your fee. Someone was supporting this Nathan, and I didn't believe that because I thought like one person, surely not. And because he followed me on Twitter, I sent him a DM and said, hey, someone called Nathan Yaffe's just followed me on Patreon or supported me on Patreon, and I don't believe... I'm worried it's not you, essentially, and I'm worried that someone is paying this person that's pretending to be you. And very politely and very kindly he said, no, it is me. Like, obviously it's best to be safe, but no, it is me, don't worry. Which was very, very sweet of him, and had a very like brief conversation, and he was very sweet in it. And thank you to Pokoyai and MC Bello for following. But yeah, Nathan is very nice. It's the short version of that story.
What are shapes of a face? What are...
Right, let's drop down the clipboard a little bit. Because I have an idea of what's going to happen at the end of this. After that, we have to... Yaff like he said it, but with an E. Yaffy. Okay, cool. Sick. Thank you, Rose. Hey, Michael, no worries. You lurk ahead. Very excited at any given moment to know what any of your secret projects are.
What are shapes of a face?
Nathan, Jacob, Karina, and Julia. Drawfee.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah.
Face, Nathan?
Yeah.
Cool. So what I'm going to have it do, I'm going to explain it before I do it, in case it doesn't look anything like what I think it is she's going to drag up, she is going to drag up a, like YouTube title, so she's almost going to kind of bring up the title. It's actually going to be below the animation. No worries, Michael. She's going to drag up the title of like what would be the episode title, but I've made it a bit more explicit. I couldn't figure out a way of kind of doing the exposition for kind of why he's sketching someone with yes or no questions, and that was the best thing I could think of. And thank you, Taja, for shilling as always. Yeah, that's the deeper blue ink channel with all the VODs, which I'm still behind on a little bit, but I will get ahead of that. And also thank you very much for shilling for the Patreon. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Cool. Right, so she's gonna kind of lift that hand. Okay, what I'm gonna do, because I kind of needed to not have the clipboard, actually, is kind of put it down.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
yeah.
Right. Let's just kind of bob like that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah. But
Just gonna do a little kind of tilt of the head as well when she leans forward, just to kind of make it more obvious, I guess. Something that I'm already really missing, so I need to find time to do this properly. I don't know if anyone saw from the Discord or on Twitter, I think I put it, but I have figured out a new kind of function with this new software that I can do, which is called a master controller. And if you've been in this stream at all recently, I've been gushing over it and very excited about it. But basically, it means that I can just like kind of set keyframes using like a controller, like a kind of bit of UI, which is very, very useful. And the only person I've done it for is Griffin, because it takes a bit of time to set up. And I finished off a Bim Bam animation over the weekend and this morning, and I am already missing it desperately, and I need to find time to kind of give everyone a master controller because it is so useful, which I'm really glad about. I was worried I was going to kind of get ready and spend all this time kind of getting it sorted, and then realise that I didn't actually like it, and it being one of like the biggest draws of having this new software, I was worried I was going to have wasted money on it, but no, I am in love with it, so I need to figure that out, or figure out a time to kind of do all of that.
Yeah, but we're...
I'm gonna show it on the screen just for a sec. It's not obviously going to be relevant, but I've got original Griffin, and no, that is... Wait, is that? Oh my god, I've not accidentally got rid of it, have I? This could be a heartbreaking moment. I might have already cocked up, but that's fine. I have. That's fine. I will. I have it somewhere else. I can save it, but I can't show you it right now. Hold on. I'll go back to the other animation. I don't know how this is going to look on your screen, but I will just quickly load it up. Because it is cool, I want to show it off. And I'm a little bit ahead of schedule. Oh my god, can you... How to keyframe the color tab in DaVinci? Okay, right. I panicked and thought you could keyframe in Toon Boom colors, because you could in OpenToons, and I'm sure there's got to be a way in here. Also, I don't know if it's about spoilers, but this is one of the frames in the Mabim Bam animation coming up. That's going to be called maybe the McElroy Curse. I'm not sure, but I put in the new master controllered Griffin into this one, and now instead of having to kind of go through each keyframe and kind of moving, let's go a little bit before. So instead of kind of moving the face, okay, I'm on Travis, that's why. Instead of having to kind of find the right layer, moving the face down, and then making sure that it's the right kind of speed, and then, you know, the rigs, I'd have to move like the hair as well, and then move the glasses, and then move the ears up, and then making sure that I've moved them up the kind of same amount to make sure it's all like consistent, and then moving the hair as well and making sure it kind of all works. What I can do now, and I need to build one of these controllers for everything essentially, is I can take the head like that, put a keyframe on it, and then use one of these controllers, so in this case the head one, which is over here, and I can literally, whoops, no I can't, I can literally just take it and move it about automatically. So if I want him to kind of look over to the left, I can do that, and then it will build all of the necessary keyframes here. And then let's say I want to move it over here, then I can do that. There's like an extra kind of step which I didn't realize was going to be a thing, but it's not like an issue. It won't automatically do it very well like this, you can see that it kind of breaks halfway through. But if you there might be a way of getting around this as well, but if you kind of do the interpolation here and you grab the cursor, just go back and forth like that. I'm using a keyboard tap just to make sure that works, and then immediately it's done that. And like for just like looking up or down, it already saves a little bit of time, but for like changing direction of the head, that is ridiculous, and that's going to save me like hours per animation. I'm absolutely sure it will. And you can build it up as much as you want. So Griffin's head basically has 9 poses, where it's either bottom left, top right, bottom right, or middle, bottom, middle up. But then you can do it for anything else as well. So I've got his body as well, where you can move his shoulders up and down at the same time, and then you can choose which way he's leaning. It's very cool, and I'm very excited about it. And I'm already missing it for starting this new Drawfee animation without it. But yeah, that's what I'm currently animation nerding out to. So let's go back to the other animation. Oh dear, oh dear. But yeah, very excited. Anyway, where are we?
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but we're... Yeah, but...
So I'm gonna get Karina to kind of, hey, yay cactus. So she put down a clipboard. I'm gonna get her to kind of lean up, show her hand, grab kind of, I guess, below the screen, or maybe kind of on the screen, as if it's tangible, and then pull up a kind of YouTube title.
But...
So when she says but,
But...
I think that is the best time to do it. What's that? Okay, we'll get rid of that for now. But yeah, how's everyone else doing? What's everyone got planned for the week? What's everyone's projects for the week, apart from anyone that's been and said that it's secret? Everyone kind of cracking on with work? Has anyone got any creative projects or new things they're starting? It's always nice to hear about stuff like that. Right, that's too much. Sorting Lego is, I can only imagine. I've not got like I've not got real Lego. I've got like fake. Like we've got a shop in the UK called Wilco. I'd be shocked if you've got that in America, but I've got like Wilco knockoff Lego, I think. I can only imagine sorting Lego is a very, very satisfying experience. I could be wrong, but let's fix this because her shoulder is nacked, it looks like to me. Or even actually if I just move it back and then maybe bend her at the elbow. That makes sense to me. Math homework and study for exams as usual. Fun. I hope it's going well or going alright at least. No plans and no thoughts heady empty is honestly my state of being, and I could not relate to anything more right now. I'm glad it's not just me. I am feeling a little bit head empty. I need to sort out that shoulder though. body layer as well. There. Cool, that looks okay, except something happens there. What is that? I don't know, but we're going to cheaply fix it. Like that, maybe. Oh no, it's still going. Oh god, okay. No, I don't like it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I don't like it. Never mind. It's not. Oh, well, I say it's not Mega Blocks. It might be Mega Blocks. It's not like Roblox, but it's something. Bringing back a show I used to do on my YouTube channel as a podcast. Oh, that's so sweet. I'll keep an eye out for that. I'm sure I'm subscribed to you, so I'm sure I'll see it. But Hannah's making Drawfee Detectives fan art, which is always sick. Folding laundry is a hell of a task, and I'm also well behind on everything chore-wise, so I'll probably be doing the same. Tasha, there is nothing wrong. Got a proper accent there. There is nothing wrong with not having plans. My plans are this, essentially. Oh, nice. A Canadian concert. Sounds good. I went to a concert like a week ago, I think. And I kept a mask on the entire time. And I was near the entrance, so it's well ventilated. But anytime I see someone who says like, I can't go into a shop with a mask on, it's too hot. I've got words for them now. I've got something to prove. Hedwig Lego set's very cool, Jenny. So Lego is very satisfying as long as you have storage solutions set up. Yep, I can imagine. Hey, Caleb. Been commissioned to crochet Sister a chapstick cover. Hold on, Google's trying to join in. Sister a chapstick cover that looks like real genitalia. So that's my artsy stuff in Tales for the Week. That is sick. I don't know if you're in the Discord, but if you ever feel like sharing that sounds insane. I love it. Cool. Bye, Jenny. But no, that's very cool. And it's very cool to like kind of see that anyone watching is also kind of creative and has like a lot of stuff like that going. I guess that kind of comes with the territory of being a Drawfee fan as well, I would have thought.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Right, what am I doing?
But word it like...
I'm fixing her arm. Why is her arm like that? Let's figure that out first. Is it? Okay. It's something. I'll fix the... Oh, there's like a... Yeah, the hood's 2 different layers, that's why. I forgot I did that. There's so many things about these rigs that I can fix, I'm confident. So I'm gonna like find some time properly to properly fix these rigs ready for those master controllers, because if I can like the more and more that I like make these rigs kind of intelligent, the kind of less work I have to do. I keep forgetting I need to work on my Discord PS unlocked, but as soon as I do, I'll join the first update. That's fun, yeah. See, no rush. Don't feel pressured into it, but cool. I've not heard of Nerd Fighter. I like so many bisexuals and creatives. I am sure that is carrying on from a conversation we all had about Jacob's "Oh Hitman" moment. I'm guessing. Right, where are we? Whoops. Let's fix this. I just don't know if I've like completely got this wrong. I think I've spent like all this time doing something completely wrong, but that's fine. Let's just like erase that a bit. I mean, there you go. I literally could have done that from the start. Outstanding. Thank God I wasn't doing it on the internet in front of creatives on a platform that will be recorded and uploaded elsewhere.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question. But word.
Right, so she's lifted up. She's going to kind of drop it down. Hopefully at kind of like a right angle. Maybe not even that much. Delete your art. That's what it's there for. Art is there to be deleted. It's like Lego. It's there to be destroyed. Fendergrams for things that are creative. Yeah, that's fair. Right, I think I need to give that an extra 4 frames. 3 frames?
But word it like a. But word it.
Does it? Let's give it barely.
But word it like a. But word.
I'm going to give it barely any time and see what that looks like. There's kind of the gap in the middle. Follow your heart, delete your eyes. An excellent mantra to live by.
But word it like a question. But word it.
I think that needs a little bit more time.
But word it like a question. Word it like a question.
Cool. Right, let's bring in the title, which I saved and kind of got ready before the stream. Cool. I'm presuming that you can't see like my files when I open up stuff and import stuff. I don't think any of the pop-ups actually show up, which is good in terms of security, just generally, and also seeing secret projects and such. Right, I think it just needs to go to there. That is massive. It does not need to be that big. How small is the camera on this project? Cool. Tasia, for now, is terrifying. Or does Jacob do the same as well? So we said in a previous stream that Jacob also gets himself doxxed a decent amount. So I'm glad to know that just any fear that I have about how I'm carrying myself online is just, yeah, don't Jacob. Does that kind of stay? Does that cover all of it? I think so. Lovely. That should look quite nice then. That's loaded up quite well. I don't know how that's going to kind of like line up with the actual title underneath the animation. Hopefully it should be kind of close. But I thought that would be an interesting way of doing the exposition. Where is it? So it's there. So that needs to start below, like that. And then I need to lift Karina's arm up a bit more. Or maybe not. Maybe if I just add her kind of hand on top of it, that might make more sense. I'm going to add like a fake hand, just to save me kind of figuring out the logistics of adding it to Karina's rig. So let's add a fake hand. Let's think. If it's her left hand, we're going to see her little finger first, I think. So one thing that I really dislike about how I used to do animations, and this is kind of continuing on the whole, we're always improving and kind of shifting, especially with creative stuff. The fact that I never drew hands, or I would draw like hands as if they were mittens, really bothers me now. And like, it's not even that long ago that I was doing it. Like it catches me off guard so much when I'll see that I've done it in like an animation that already went up like, I don't know, like September-ish, I think. Like I think at the start of the Drawfee animations, like they had the weird like oven mitt hands. I think it was just like this whole kind of idea that everyone has that drawing hands is really difficult. And like it is, it's not like, this isn't me being like, hands are easy, what was I doing? But like, it really bothers me now seeing the oven mitt hands. I just wonder like what's gonna catch me out in like 6 months time where I'm looking back at this and I'm like, oh my god, you didn't give Karina like separate pupils? What are you doing? But I think I made it my New Year's resolution one year to draw more hands. Not even like in an artsy way, because it sounds bad, I don't really draw very much. I kind of do animations, but obviously I draw kind of what I need to for the animations, but otherwise it's more or less already kind of drawn for me. The joys of having like a rigged animation style or a puppet style. That hand is too small, I think. But yeah, that's why you've got to delete your out. Let's add a shaded bit of the hand there. Cracking. I have realised I've already lost the palette again, and that's the thing, when I redo all the rigs, I'm going to use the colours from the palette so that that's always kind of on screen instead of having to kind of go back to it every now and then. Cool, right, so I think it's probably going to be that frame actually, which is well timed. Come back on all projects can be so bittersweet, but yeah. I think it's important to have that, isn't it? Like I've said this before on the stream as well, but like I've never deleted any animations that I've done. Like I've deleted stuff that isn't like relevant anymore, because again, for anyone that didn't know this, but my YouTube channel used to literally be an ASMR channel, just because I was very reliant on ASMR for being able to sleep throughout a lot of uni, and it was a very small community at the time, and I thought, right, I'll make some ASMR, I can do that, and I just like, nothing with my face on or anything, but I just kind of put together some stuff that sounded nice. And then when the channel took off a little bit with different animation projects, I realised it wasn't really necessary anymore. But no, the very first animation I ever did is still on there and will be for all of time. And it's not good. It was done literally using MS Paint and a trackpad, but yeah, it's still on there. Because like yeah, he says it's important to kind of see it. Yeah, I'm sure I could like, well, that's the thing, like none of the ASMR I did was ever kind of like, kind of me talking as me. It was ever like, it was usually just like sounds. So the ASMR was like, it was like a USB mic as well, and it was literally just kind of like tapping noises, and then I'd mix like the kind of bass up. This one is for Is the Nose Big? Or some title to that effect. It was a moment in the expert mode celebrity sketch video that Drawfee did. Thank you, Tasha. Cringe is the mind's way of seeing knowledge and improvement. I agree with that. I just found a pair of pants I've been looking for 3 months, and I guess where they were. they're in a pants drawer where they were supposed to be. That is Milo. It's an incredible development, and I'm genuinely really happy for you. Like, we've all been there. It's very important to have that moment. Right, that's... Wait, I think I was doing that wrong. No, it wasn't. I'm fine. Okay. Or even wider, Krovis, if you don't know who I am. I don't know if you've come through Twitch, but it is a Drawfee animation. Drawfee being a popular creative YouTube channel, which I would highly recommend looking at. Cool. Let's see how that looks. Not perfect, not great. Hey, Rex Kingdom, thanks for hanging out. It is. I really don't have a clue like how many people like just come here from my YouTube channel, I guess, and how many people do just kind of stumble on it. I guess people stumble on this channel more when it's the community streams and we're doing like Gartic and stuff. Like you tend to get more people turn up that clearly just kind of want to either dick about or just hang out, which is cool. I guess I've just kind of presumed that everyone is here from either my Drawfee animations or my Bim Bam stuff, but hey, thanks for dropping by. It's also nice to know that Twitch is recommending
Word
it
it like a question.
Again, I don't have a clue what the YouTube or the Twitch algorithm is like compared to YouTube.
Word it like a question. Word it like.
Okay, I don't think we need to see this bit.
Word it like a question.
In fact, that might actually be better just like that as well. I think I've overcomplicated this again. What am I doing? It's going to sound really thick. Has her hoodie been slightly red this whole time? Oh my god, I'm so colorblind. I genuinely thought Karina's hoodie's like just a very obvious grey this whole time. This whole time. Most to go sleep to podcasts, usually really relaxed ones where it's not distracting enough to keep me awake. Yeah, I don't need anything anymore. I pretty much just collapse the moment I hit the pillow, which is nice, I guess, compared to what I used to do. Like I said, I used to be very reliant on the ASMR community generally. But yeah, I can easily see like kind of falling asleep to podcasts and video essays. My partner needs some kind of video essay to kind of go to sleep. Only for like midday naps rather than when we're done with the day. Oh, see you. Yay, have a good day.
What are shapes of a
Jane Nicholson, Sean H-Bomb. Yeah. There's one video about H-Bomb, a guy. I can never remember what the actual game's called. Pathologic, that's the one. There's a 2-hour video that H-Bomber guy has done to Pathologic that I have heard at least 5 times, like from start to finish, just because it is the one that like best gets my partner to sleep. So I have no intention of playing that game. I know she doesn't either. But it is it's a very good video, and I've enjoyed it 5 times, however many times I've actually listened to it.
What are shapes of a
Right,
face,
how's this
Nathan?
looking anyway?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please. Word it like a question. But word it.
Okay, I think she needs to like, I should have done this before really, but I think she needs to kind of like bob down with it more than she does at the minute. Ah, that's bad. That's just bad kind of management on my point of view. I should have done that. Right, so she goes up, and then she immediately goes down, so I'll kind of bend her over to the side a little bit. And then also drop her a bit. Boop, boop, boop. And then bring her back up like that. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I did that too late. Let's fix that. Okay, that I was worried that was going to need fixing, but that's fine, really. Cool. Finally conquered laundry pile. Milo, congratulations, sincerely. That is an achievement. I'm very pleased for you. Dom Noble ran about 50 Shades of Grey 10 times. I don't think I know Dom Noble. The problem is I don't necessarily know like any of their names, but I'll like recognize their voices. Like a lot of them have like that very obvious kind of like
but word it
hey, like welcome. We're going to talk about top 10 horror films. There's one Irish chap that does most content about like horror films, and he is a very, very soothing voice. I can't remember his name, and if anyone knows it, I'll remember it. But
word it.
Like the amount of different voices, like I'll recognize, but don't have a clue who they are. Like Nightmind as well. Nightmind does like about ARGs and horrors and has a very distinct voice. So yeah, I don't know if I know Dom Noble, but probably not. So Speak, have you actually played Pathologic 2? Because like, from what I've heard, it sounds unbearable. Like, it doesn't sound
what
fun.
What are shapes of a face?
To put it simply.
But word it like a question.
I would love to hear if you, like... I mean, the fact that you said, like... The fact that it's a special game, I completely get that. Like, special... Like, I've heard people call it an experience loads. I don't think I've heard many people call it, like, enjoyable. And hey, Tired Sir, thank you for lurking. Sorry I missed that a minute ago, but that's very sweet of you to hang out. But also, like, again, very sweet for you to, like, keep the viewer count up. But, like, if anyone needs to just leave, that's absolutely fine. Like, you don't have to hang out for my benefit, like I say. But also very sweet, thank you very much. Long form essays are especially great if I don't care about the subject. I think that's the kind of important thing. It's got to be something that you don't have an opinion on, because, like, the moment... the video essays about animation, I'm engaged, I'm like sat up, I'm telling my partner my opinions and where like the person speaking is wrong. There's a channel called Animation or it's animation but with a Y instead of an I, so like Animation. And his stuff is incredible. He's not put up anything for a while, but he's fantastic. He did one about Spider-Verse, especially, if anyone wants to pick one from there. I just listened to Star Trek podcasts and old episodes. Fallen asleep to Drawfee a couple of times. Yeah, I very nearly fell asleep to Drawfee's stream, because it is at like midnight UK time. But I tend not to leave it running. Never done even a bit of animation. What program is this? So this is called Toon Boom Harmony. It is frankly not the cheapest one to start with. If you want to get into animation in general, I would recommend either, I'm going to put these in the chat, Flipperclip, which is kind of on phone and tablets and anything like that, and it's like very basic but really cool for if you're just kind of getting into drawing like doodles one after another. Like if it's that simple, like that's brilliant. If you're looking to get into kind of rigging animation, which is what I do, there is some open source software called OpenToons, and that is free, and it's fantastic, and it is what I used for the first like 2 years of this channel. I only moved over to Toon Boom April last year, God, I've not had this for a year yet. That's insane. And then there's like 3 different versions of Toon Boom, and this is now the most expensive one, but it's fine because it's done now. I've paid for it. So yeah, if you're looking to get into animation, I'd recommend those 2. And then if you like it and if you can make any money off of it, ideally, I would recommend Toon Boom over anything like Flash.
What are shapes
personal
of a face,
preference
Nathan?
and unwarranted, really.
Yeah.
No worries.
But word it like a question. Yeah. But word it like a question. But word it like a question, please.
Cool. I forgot that actually doing the rest of her facial expression for that, so that's cool. Time does fly when you're animating. It's one of these where I'm sure I've said this in stream, but I do this full time now. I used to run the channel and make animations at the same time as a full-time job, and did it all kind of like after work. But I now do this full time, and it is such a refreshing change to like not have enough time instead of just like staring at the clock all day. Time massively flies doing this.
What?
Okay, right. So, I'm going to be doing the lip sync for a sec, which is kind of difficult to do
What are
whilst talking
shapes
at the
of
same
a
time.
face, Nathan?
Yeah.
But I will try my best. But if anyone would like
Face,
to
Nathan.
start a controversial conversation, for the sake of letting me just read whilst I do this, then feel free. What's everyone's opinion on animation? I don't know. I can't think of anything. Did everyone see the big game? What was the big game this week, everyone? Tell me what the big game was in your opinion. And thanks, really, Ryan. Yeah, I went full-time almost a year ago now, actually. And at the moment, I still rely massively on commissions, so I am very thankful to people like Michael, who might be lurking in the background, who commissioned me back in, November, I think. I think it was November. It might have been October, but that time of the year anyway. But yeah, make a little bit of money from YouTube ads and a little bit of money from Patreon as well. So there's lots of different things to keep it semi-reliable.
What are shapes of a
There must have been football.
face, Nathan?
There was a football. I'm sure there was somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. But word word it like a
Word it like a question, please. Let's see how this looks. Word it like a question. This is going to be interesting to see how well I can lip sync without actually listening to it. Question, please. I'm trying to think about like how long each pause was, and then I'll just fix it afterwards. Because once that's something as well. People sometimes ask me about how I do lip syncs. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll just like do the order of it. Like I'll say what they're saying and then kind of figure out what the order would be. Oh, Milo, hey. I mean, however you want to message me, essentially. I've got an email, I've got Twitch chat, I guess. Is that a thing? I have Twitter, more importantly, and if you want to message me on Discord as well now, any of those suit. I've actually got a link tree, which is wild. So I'm just going to quickly drop my link tree, which doesn't have my email address, but my email is in the description of any of my YouTube videos. I don't feel comfortable putting like the email address in here because I feel like that's inviting trouble in terms of like bots. I'm sure there's going to be something like scanning around looking for emails to spam, but yeah, it's in any YouTube description. Is it at the top of my Twitter as well? Let me check. Yeah, it's also in my Twitter bio. So email if you want, Twitter DMs open. Basically, send me a message if you're interested. I don't know if that's for you or if that's for getting me to shill for myself. Either way, thank you very much for asking. And thank you to Shalidia Craft for following. Right, let's see how that lip sync went.
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
That wasn't far off.
Like a question.
I think the question was a bit short or a bit late, but let's have a look.
Good question, please. Good question. Question, please.
Did I think I missed a syllable. Maybe I think I didn't, or maybe I thought at the time that I didn't need one.
Like a question, please. Question, please. Question, please.
Right.
Please.
So, I don't really have like a mouth shape for E noises, but what I tend to do is just kind of close the mouth a little bit. I close like the mouth tighter, and then I have like a open mouth at the kind of start of the noise. It isn't, you know, actually what your mouth does, but it saves me having to add another shape into the mix. I'm so used to like these 8 shapes now. At this point, I think it would it'd cause havoc.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
Cool, easy. Right, so
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
I'm just wondering if I need to kind of exaggerate the kind of title more. I'm worried that at the minute there's too much to like read. I just might, if I don't bring it up as much, like if I kind of, hold on, let me find it first. Okay, 1, 2, and then that way you can still see the bits at the bottom and you can tell like what it is. 2, but then you're not trying to read anything else. Here's my thinking. Who knows if it's right? 1. Do. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that one now as well because it doesn't quite look right. Hey Taji, welcome back with your tea. Also, I didn't really read the message properly the first time. You said you're going to put some milk on your tea. Can you explain that? Because, like, first of all, I can't remember if you're from the UK or not, so I might just have to get in a fight anyway about how to make a cup of tea properly. Like, is that just like a phrase? Like, putting milk on your tea? Is that just not one that I've heard?
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah,
And
but
also,
word it like a question,
Rose is quite
please.
right to ask what kind of tea.
Word it like a question, please.
I'm going to tilt Karina's head a little bit when she says please. I think she might already a little bit, but...
A question, please.
Like that, I think.
Please.
And then maybe I'm going to use a rubber arm and kind of push it out a little bit.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
Cool, yeah, no, I like that. So, just got to do Julia's animation now. Hers isn't as interesting, I don't think. But I will figure out what to kind of do with her. Yeah, as much as I Yeah, it's hard. You're not wrong. I'm not going to argue with that. There's no way I'm going to be like, listen, as a as a white British man, let me tell you how we do tea. Yeah, I mean, like, as much as I make tea for my partner, I also don't drink tea anyway, so I'm really, like, I would be getting, like, into a fight by proxy anyway. Like, one of my favourite videos, just in general on the internet, is watching, oh my god, I can't remember his name, that's awful, Jacob from Twilight, Taylor Lautner, is it? Trying to make a cup of tea for Greg Davis from Taskmaster, and just absolutely fucking it. Just from the beginning, not really understanding how, like, a kettle works, and then, just everything about it just goes very wrong, and it's very entertaining to watch.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but
What are shapes?
I'm trying to think what, like, Julia's face would be doing at this point. Like, is she just kind of staring?
What are?
Okay. Let's just go for kind of vacant look to begin with.
What?
I am unfortunately completely lost in this one because I can't drink caffeine because it makes me violently ill. So
What are?
I don't do either tea or coffee. If I have a nice date with either half in a Costa, I just go for whatever the sweetest thing is on the menu, whether it's a hot chocolate or anything like that. Ribbit, you honestly, you live your best life. If you want to eat rocks, you eat rocks. There's nothing wrong with that.
What are?
I think, and this is again where I would love to have a master controller, and creating the master controller for Julie is going to be an absolute ball ache, because of her, like, there's, like, not very much symmetry. Ribbit, naming a colour is essentially the palette that I try to use in this software is vast. There's a lot of different colours that I use, and if you spend however many channel points, you can name one of them. Just as a little tidbit, most of them are named after piss, because for some reason, and I can't yell at either of the mods because they're not here at the minute, but for some reason the branding of this stream tend to be very much piss based. So there's a lot of piss named ones, but you can name it whatever you like. Never had coffee and rarely drink tea. Caffeine addiction is something I don't need. Fair. I would like to think that if I could drink caffeine, it would make me like an infinitely more productive person, but I am sure it wouldn't anyway. So I will. I am sure it'll be fine. You think too much Monster Energy drink? Yeah, that's fair. And ice water is absolutely beautiful and a godsend, and I am with you on that one. Living in North America, it's hard to find a good coffee for under $6, but now I work from home and have an espresso machine. Beautiful. To switch decaf over the caffeine addiction would get best of you. That's fair, yeah. And yes, with my blessing, basically just try and be cool when coming up with a colour name if you want to, like, I think there's like a description under the channel reward. Oh no, Ribbit, that's no good. Yeah, it's basically just, I think it just says be cool, maybe. Or be dumb, but be cool. But yeah, obviously with my blessing. So that no one is rude. Right, let's move all of this about. So again, like I was saying earlier, the kind of effort of having to move all these different layers and all these different ways to make sure that it looks consistent and it looks like they are looking the way they are meant to be looking is a ball ache, and I cannot wait to have the time to kind of put master controllers on all of these rigs at some point. Which one is that here? It is that one. So let's fix that. Yeah, Catherine doesn't make you more productive, brain grows more receptors, and then it stops working. The best trick is to have a couple on the weekend. Get your chores done. That makes sense. I vaguely remember stuff about stimulants and depressants affecting the synapses in GCSE biology, but nice. That said, coffee is a happy drug. Yeah, a stimulant, right? Even if the caffeine doesn't really work in the long run. Also agreed to keep the piss contained within the TV Twitch universe and piss cord. Yeah, like the piss cord obviously is fine. And like if you like the thing I'll say is like I'm not gonna be like policing it, and if someone like says something about like piss in one of the other channels, like on the YouTube channel or in the comment section or somewhere else or Twitter, like I won't be like, what are you doing? We agreed, but like I'm just not gonna engage with it that much. Like it's funny here because it's like an in joke, but if like you're in the YouTube comments like, like the full, more like the piss, and I just kind of ignore it really. Like I think the kind of important thing is don't say it anywhere that like it might just be weird, I guess, as if it's not weird now, but I just don't want it to like, I don't want anyone to like have to deal with piss talk if they're not like in the joke, I guess is what I mean. Okay, cool.
What are shapes?
So what am I actually doing? Why did I make a look down? I think I'm just gonna have it like kind of staring and spacing out a little bit. Well, yeah, Piss Boy's absolutely fine. Of course, Piss Boy's fine. I think Piss Boy is why this came into being. Something really dumb happened to me as well, which is I hid Piss Boy in the latest Drawfee animation. I'm not going to say where because I'm interested to know how many people actually spotted Piss Boy in the fall. But someone confused Piss Boy for York. Because it was like the clothes and the colours more than anything else. It wasn't like exactly good. I'm glad Rose didn't see it either. But yeah, Piss Boy is hidden in there, kind of vaguely, but like it's definitely Piss Boy. But then someone said, "Oh, you hid York in here," and it only then occurred to me that Piss Boy is like dressed as like a tiny like York. So that was a wild realization that I had whenever that comment dropped. If we make a joke like that, we become the fool. Exactly, Rose, you're not wrong. Reply guying on every TVS Twitter post like, yeah, just like that. I guess that's the thing I'll police. Like, if someone in here is just constantly like anything I do is like, good one, like piss man, then I would, I don't know. I wouldn't like tell him off, but I'd just be like, haha, this is weird, and then hope that someone else does for me. The Piss Boy is a treat for us, Piss Streamer and Piss Cord folks, and thank you. Yes, so Tarzio has brought up what I thought Tarzio was going to bring up. Yes, Rose, everyone noticed the cards positioned, which I was glad about, because I did worry if Loss was like dead, or like if it was like it was always kind of cringe, but like it was funny. Like, it was, oh, what is there? Oh, like people talking about it in the sleepover Discord, which is again very cool, but I didn't know about. But I think I'm in that one. Yeah, like in the same way that like to me as a mid-20s something, dabbing is fucking hilarious because it's so like dumb. Like, I don't know. I feel like I can ironically put Loss in things and enjoy it. But I was worried at one point that I was going to put Loss in it, and then just like everyone's going to be like, "Oh, this is disgusting. What was he done?" So no, I will not let Loss die for as long as I can.
What are
Milo, you're absolutely right. I did put Loss in it for Counter animation. And quite naively, I presumed that Bug knew what loss was. So that did go up on the animation without him really understanding why I did it. And like, it was premiered live, the animation, and all of the live chat was like, is this loss? And like, he didn't know why, which I thought was really funny, but also was a little bit worried at the time that I was going to get in trouble for. But no, he was fine with it, but just didn't understand why I did it, or what anyone was talking about, which was really funny.
What are
So yeah, there is loss hidden in quite a lot of my stuff actually. There's loss in the Mabim Bam animation. I love my big wife, and legitimately, I talked about it on the stream, I think, or somewhere I talked about it anyway, and it was like a year since it had gone up, and no one had spotted the loss, and I mentioned that, and then someone like hunted it down, I think, and commented it the next week. But as far as I can tell, one person has seen the loss that was in that animation. Because it was very subtle. Like it wasn't really meant to be seen. It was just meant to like scratch a little bit of my brain that says you should put loss in everything. And I needed to fill some space on the wall essentially, not to give an extra hint. But if you want to meet Piss, our official mascot, yeah. Sorry, I forgot to actually mention it. Taj is quite right. We have created. I guess it's official. I mean, I made it and I said it was a mascot. I didn't commit to the bit, and then everyone else around me did. But we have an official mascot who is just called Piss, capital P. And there is one canon drawing of him so far. And I will maybe make more later. That would be a fun supercar actually, just like showing Lost in all the bits where like I've not told people. No, I didn't commit to the bit. Thank you, Rose. Yeah, I don't know which one of them's canon though, Taja. Like one of them's canon. I've decided one of them's canon. Like the rest of them were me taking the piss.
what?
Right, what am I doing?
What are shapes of a? What are shape? What are shapes of a face? Shape.
Right, let's just tilt her head, I think.
What are shapes of a face? A face? A face? A face?
Cool. And then bring up her shoulders. So, right, okay, I feel like I need to explain this, because it was like, stuff that happens on the stream, people might remember. Stuff that happens, like, in the depths of, like, one of the channels in the Discord, I feel like I might need to explain. I think Rafnag mentioned piss in relation to the Twitch, but capitalized it, and then someone said it looked like a proper noun, and then I decided that we now have, like, a Discord mascot just called piss. And then literally just drew like a ball, like an orangey ball with like a sad face and arms and legs. And then someone said, I don't like that he's sad. So I gave him like a really creepy, happy smile. And then someone said, I don't like that either. So I censored his face, but in a creepy way. And then I took it away and made his eyes like worse. So yeah, it's bad. I think the canon one's probably the first one. Just the slightly despondent looking ball of piss is kind of why I imagine sums up the stream well enough personally.
Shapes of a face,
but who knows?
A face, Nate.
There'll be a time where piss will be tied to your persona far closer than Deep Blue. God, I hope not. If piss outlasts the YouTube channel, it won't. It can't. I'm not gonna worry about it because I will. Thank you. Speak. Sad piss is
face, Nathan.
Apparently my spirit animal as well.
Face, Nathan.
Yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah, but we're yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah.
So when she says yeah, I'm going to move her over. Something as well that I said that I'm going to do, and I can't remember if I said this in the Discord or if I said it on stream, but I'm going to replace some of the emotes. Because we made the emotes like very early on in the channel when we didn't really have any like, we didn't really have any like in jokes or anything kind of to base it off of, other than what the fuck is up gamers, which was in one of the first streams. So I'm gonna probably redo a couple of them. Like there's some that just don't like get used, and thinking about it like wouldn't really, like 23 will stay. Obviously the gamers, or maybe one of the gamers will stay. But anyway, I guess that's the point. I want to replace 2 of them, and I want to put it to a vote, essentially, on which ones get voted out. And then we can have some new ones, some fun piss-based emotes, which is what we're all after, what we're all here for, really. But yeah, that's something I'll worry about another stream, I think. But just a heads up that we might be doing some more emotes soon. Yeah, it might be useful to have an emote that isn't just screaming. Look, like I said, we have like a brand, we have a vibe, and I think it might just be screaming personally. Having said that, these streams do tend to be more chill than anything, so maybe you're right. Maybe we need like something less screamy, ideally. And like the 23 isn't screamy because it doesn't have a mouth. Like it's haunting. And the Eldritch one, despite being called the Eldritch one, is actually very chill. It's very smug, very happy. Where are we? What are we doing? One that way, one that way, and over here, and we'll see how that looks for a turn.
Yeah, but we're
Cool. Taja, I really enjoy the monkey paw wish. Just being, I want a chill stream. Yeah, you can have a chill stream. It's gonna be about piss, but that's fine. 23.
Yeah.
Literally just it started as a thing where basically in one of the live chats in the premieres for an animation, I basically wanted to see like how in sync everyone was, because it felt like I was doing these live chats and people were saying like, whoa, this was amazing before it even started, or like it had finished and everyone was saying that was really good, or like, oh thank you, or bye, or whatever, and like it was still like a minute from the end, or it had finished like 5 minutes ago for me, and I wanted to basically like sync up the chat and see like how many people are actually in sync. So I asked everyone to say, or like to type 23 when 23 came up on the countdown, like before the animation. And I did, and God, fucking loads of people like were on the exact same dot, but it was, I can't remember which one it was, but there was like 100 people watching at the time, and it felt like 100 people typed in 23 at the same time. And it was, yeah, it was like a tradition born out of...
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Nothing,
Yeah.
really. I just kind of, I did it a few more times in the live chat. I keep forgetting to mention it now, to be fair, but it's nice to see people 23ing without
Shapes of a
prompting.
face, Nathan.
yeah, but word it like a question, please.
So yeah, the answer is, doesn't mean anything. It's just an in-joke that started out of nothing, really. Yeah, Michael's not wrong, it's just a meme. It's an in-community meme for no reason,
It like
which is what we need. Thank you, Milo. See, Milo, now you're in it. Now you get it. It doesn't mean anything. It's what it's fine. Right, let's do this again. Let's see if 24 still works. Nope. That's fix that then. Thank you, Michael, for bringing in a bit of Game Grumps buffoonery as well. Right, let's just go far left. Cool. Let's get rid of some of the punctuation and see if it fits onto one. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, we are... I will say, I didn't think I was going to have to worry about... also, right, Taja. I didn't think we were going to fill out this palette, and I still don't think we will, because like after a while I will just start like making new colours on purpose, or more frequently on purpose. But this is pretty full now. This is quite a lot of different names. At some point I will do a tier list. I won't do a tier list of all the names, but it's the which DBI audience are you? Depends on what in-joke thing. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think there were many before the stream, like, before, like, Twitch. I think I had, like, big glasses. And then beyond that, I don't think there was much in the way of in-jokes, but I didn't need much more than that one, because that one sustained me. Honestly, like, there was a moment when I put up a Bim Bam animation and, like, without prompting, like, all of the comments were, hey, Griffin's glass is getting bigger, and it just made me really happy. I was just really, like, just kind of chuffed that for some reason I'd created, like, this meme.
Word it like a question, please. Word it like a question.
Yeah, and that again maybe slightly informed doing these Twitch streams, because I wanted to have more like in jokes and stuff like that. I think it's very cool. I think it's very neat. Cool. How does that look?
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
I think actually I wanted to kind of look back to Nathan. Okay, where's that? 23. Cool. And that already is, so that's fine. Let's see how that looks.
Word it like a question, please.
Cool. Right, let's add some from Michael. Thank you. Sorry, yeah, I stopped before I saw the the demand message, but yeah, let's add these. Right, so we've got filled a palette. Thank you. We've got yet more piss, which is for me unhappily on a brown. See if that fits. Lovely. And chuffed. I am getting a call, so I will be right back, but chat amongst yourselves, everyone. See you in a sec. Hey, I'm back. Let me turn down Berg a little bit. I had one eye on the chat whilst I was on the phone. I really enjoyed, and I mean this like on a deep spiritual level, I really enjoyed that very like close together there were two messages kind of when I said talk amongst yourselves, and one was Kiz saying weather report time, very cool, very on brand, and Ryan being like let's be devious, and then immediately it was like let's all be like cheeky and devious, and it was like the weather's nice. Like it's a little bit hot, it's quite toasty, it's quite nice. But I really enjoyed it, so thank you everyone for for keeping this kind of this branding going. And thank you Tasia for once again and very, very politely shilling for me. Tasia being the stand-in mod whilst the mods are gone. Secret Base doing a Dorktown series on Blue Jays pitcher Dave Stipe. Okay, this is cool. I don't know anything about. I'm guessing that's baseball from nowhere, but that's sick. It sounds very cool. And thank you, Tash. Right, let's bring my little guy back. I will probably be hanging up in like 10 minutes or so, but I'll see what I've got left to do of this shot first and foremost. Also, Michael, you put chuffed in quotes. Is chuffed not like a universal? Is that like a very distinctly UK thing? And for anyone in the UK, is that does that dox me for where in the UK I am? Does my accent dox me for where in the UK I am? I'm guessing to Americans, like most UK accents are UK accents, and that's it. The same way that I probably can't tell the difference between like a Boston accent and I don't know if it is different to a New Yorker accent, but they sound similar to me. But I'm guessing chuffed is not is not as universal as I thought it might be. Sick.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
Cool. I reckon I just need to do the lip sync, and that's probably it for this shot then. I guess I've never heard like obviously, well, I say obviously, I'm guessing like as a British person I hear more like American content and like TV than Americans hear of British stuff. Like as far as I understand, you basically get Doctor Who and Mr. Bean maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I guess I've not heard like someone the way I usually try and figure it out is like, can I imagine someone from Friends being like, oh Ross, I'm absolutely chuffed. Like I guess it's not like that. Yeah, reckon makes more sense, doesn't it? Like, well, y'all come back here, you reckon? Like, yeah, I get that. Usually tell British accents apart a bit, but I wondered if you're Australian at first. Yeah, I think, again, you know, I guess Australian's closer to British, you know, than American. Like, if there's a spectrum of, like, these accents and that, but, cool. I'm glad that Chuff didn't dox me, Tasha. Thank you for the backup.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan? What? What?
Nathan. Cool, let's see how that did. Yeah, I can like recognize the difference between a New Zealand and a Aussie accent usually. But like, I think that's just from hearing like, what's his name? Is it Brett Darby? Anyway, yeah, Flight of the Conchords versus like Aussie Man reviews, I guess, is the immediate one. Like, I used to watch like a lot of Neighbours, which is an Australian soap opera. I don't think I've picked up any accent from it. Rhys Darby, yeah, that is who I meant. Taika Waititi as well, though, yeah. I can't remember if I said Rhys Darby. I knew it was Darby, I couldn't remember if I said Rhys.
What are shapes of a face? What are shapes of a face, Nathan? Shapes of a face, Nathan.
Where am I?
Face of a face. A face, Nathan. Face, Nathan. It's Nathan.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's Nathan.
Yeah. But word it like
Maybe.
a question, please.
Yeah, also, if anyone knows a way I can watch Our Flag Means Death without, like, in a way that supports the creators of it and, like, continues to get it funded and, like, renewed, that I can in the UK, because we can't get HBO Max yet, and that sickens me, and I am desperate to get HBO Max every day of the week because of there's so many good cartoons on it, and now this, like, I definitely need to get that somehow. I desperately want to watch it, but don't particularly want to pirate it, ironically. Like, I'm sure they've said something about, like, they don't mind people pirating it, but I'd like to somehow pay for it. It's probably a case of getting, like, a, whatever you call it, a VPN. That's the one. Thank you, Michael. And yeah, Neighbours, I heard, got cancelled because we stopped watching it. That's right. I think because I watched it a lot with my dad, basically. Like, growing up, he watched it all the time, and I was in the room and couldn't not watch it once it was on. My favourite thing that ever happened in Neighbours, which, like, 90% of this time was, like, a kind of camp, but, like, mundane soap opera. Like, it's, you know, lots of storylines about people cheating on each other, and, like, every now and then something batshit would happen where, like, there'd be, like, a big car crash and, like, two of, like, the big characters would die, or there was, like, a plane crash once. My fucking favourite thing that ever happened, and I am going to have to go in a bit, but I am going to tell the story very briefly, is out of nowhere, like, the sweetheart of the show, a person called Kate, who, like, I think she was maybe a teacher, was just, like, a very bog-standard person, like, she was dating, like, a police officer, and other than that, like, it was just kind of sweet, and that was her thing. She got fucking sniped. And I still, literally, like, to this day, with my family, will just, like, reminisce about the time we were watching a soap opera and someone got full-on fucking sniped in the middle of it. And it was, like, it was so explicit as well, because, like, again, I don't know how much people, like, watch soap operas everywhere else in the world, but it's very, like, meant to be, like, fun and dull. And then, like, a crosshair came up on the screen, and you could see her, like, caught in a crosshair, and it was like, wait, is that a fucking sniper? And then it, like, you heard a gunshot, and the screen went blank, and it was, like, a black and white shot of her being, like, carried to a hospital, and it's like, Kate got sniped. Like, my brother didn't live at home at this point, and, like, I literally just, like, sent him a message in, like, my family group chat, like, Jack, you'll never guess what happened. And he was like, what? Kate got sniped. It was like, what do you mean Kate got sniped? And it's just still something I think about to this day, about the time in Neighbours where Kate got sniped. I'm sure there's a video of it somewhere
What
online.
are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah.
But it's very
word
important. It's a core memory,
like a
honestly, for me.
please.
At this point. So yeah, that's my soap opera story. Right, I think that's probably the shot. So let's have a look at how it looks.
What are shapes of a face, Nathan?
Yeah, but word it like a question, please.
Okay, I think I'm going to kind of close her mouth a little bit sooner than that, and then at this point bring it back to kind of the neutral pose. That is renting a whole plane to fly over a whole sea of sharks. It's literally sniping a lady in a soap opera. I don't know how to, like... There's no way of emphasizing it because it's already the hyperbole. It's literally... it's sniping someone. Why would you, like even, like bomb threats and, like, awful, like, things like that, like hotels being set on fire, they're, like, ridiculous and, like, out there, but they, like, make sense in the world. And then, like, a teacher got sniped. It was so left field. Anyway, it's a weird energy to end the stream on, but I'm gonna have to. Thank you everyone for hanging out and joining me. The next stream is going to be on Thursday as normal. Next week, so the week starting the 13th, the week starting the 11th, Monday is going to be normal and same as today, but the Thursday next week, I really shouldn't be explaining this now because it's going to confuse people. This Thursday, absolutely fine, same as normal. Next Thursday, so the 14th, there's not going to be a stream, and I'm probably going to do it on the following Saturday instead. Basically, I've got something going on, but I'm working on Saturday, so maybe more people will get involved. It'll probably be the same time, so 3:30 for me. I think it's like 10:30, give or take an hour for Americans. But yeah, that's just a very far ahead heads up. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining. Rose has potentially found Piss Boy at the closing seconds. Everyone go try and find Piss Boy if you like, but for the time being, take care and piss out. Bye.